Hey guys, what's going on? Creepy07 here, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Last time we did a couple of optional things in the sky, including upgrading our shield and getting the bug net. And this time around, well, we're going to be entering the first dungeon and probably completing it. This is a pretty short dungeon. And considering I did do it on my practice file last night, I do have a practice file for this game, for mini-games and the like, so that I'm not completely rusty when I'm playing this. I will be quiet for this cutscene because I do like this one. Alright, welcome to Skyview Temple. Once again, this is the very first dungeon in the game, and it's not very big, and it's pretty linear, and it's not too hard. I say bad news. The auras of many creatures reverberate through the temple. As a result, I can't isolate Zelda's aura. You will not be able to track her here. Given the situation, I suggest you look around to see where we should move next. So these are, I don't know what to call these. I guess they're technically called bird statues, but rather than letting you go to the sky, they let you warp to the outside of the dungeon. Why you would ever do that, I don't know, but maybe if you're running low on potions or something. Also, these spider webs. These things are very annoying. Make sure you cut them if you can, because otherwise they will serve to get in your way. Alright. Pick up an anvil relic while we're at it. There are a lot of them in this dungeon if you do want to pick them up. Let's head through. Oh yeah, the practice file. So I do have a practice file for this game, so I'm not completely rusty when I play it, so that I'm not wasting your guys' time too much. It does give me a little bit of practice and heads up as to what I will be doing during my next recording session. So, it's helpful in that regard. Oh, I forgot about this guy. Alright, be careful with him. I recommend taking out your slingshot and then shooting him in the face, and then heading up. And then you can kill him. And then hit this statue, and that'll open the gate for the door. Pretty simple room. Yet another complaint I do have with this game is the fact that dungeons take way too long to get to. Now, the dungeons themselves are great, for the most part, with a couple of exceptions, but there are some really great dungeons in this game. It's just, they take hours to get to. So after this dungeon, there'll probably be a few hours of footage before I even get to another dungeon, which is pretty annoying. Alright, careful of the things in the bottom. The little spiky bomb sort of guys. We'll let them blow. Oh, they have Dickinson. Alright. Okay, this is sort of the main hub of the dungeon, at least the first one. And these are green bokoblins. These guys live in dark areas, which is why their skin isn't red. They're actually a little bit harder to take out than their red brethren. They do take some more hits, but they're still not too hard. Alright, now we did unlock that door, but that is not actually where I want to go quite yet. There's also another door down here, which is right here. Well, not right here, but this is where the switch to unlock the other door is. I recommend just unlocking these two doors before you go on and do anything else. I will probably be doing this entire dungeon in one video. Also, if you want a little shortcut, you can shoot the spiders here. Well, these are wall tullas, but if you want the official name for them. And use your sword to cut this down, and here we are back in the first room. So you have a little shortcut into the hub, which skips a couple rooms. Alright. So I'm going to head to the one on the left. Now, our goal here is to get a small key, because that door over there is locked. So we are going to have to go through these 2 rooms and do a couple things. Alright, now we knocked him down. This is how you want to get across this room. Use your slingshot, and then hit these vines with your Deku Seeds, and then swing across. I'm surprised that actually worked, because I figured I was a bit too far away, but okay. Let's swing across here. There's another quadrant. Well, not another one. You haven't seen them since the Deep Woods, but I can actually hit him. There we go. Did he drop a jelly blob? No? Okay. Hold on. Let me check really quick. Yes, he did. Sweet. Okay. Now this is our first chest here, and this is going to contain the first and only generic temple item in this dungeon, the dungeon map. Now, most Zelda games you have both a map and a compass, but in Skyward Sword they mesh them together. So as you can see, we already have where all the locked doors and treasure chests and stuff are. So there is no compass in this game. Master, I have information for you. You've obtained a map of this area. You can view it by pressing plus. The position of doors and their locks, as well as the position and status of treasure chests, can be confirmed on the map with marks such as X. However, be aware that you will be unable to use beacons here due to the indoor nature of this environment. Alright, now, you could jump down, but I do actually want to head back into this room. So yeah, as you can see, the chests are shown and the X's are shown as the important places. What we want to do to get to the small key is we want to raise the water level, and we can do that in each of these 2 rooms. Also, if you want a quick shortcut back, stab these guys in the back with your sword. Those are regular Skulltulas. This is what I was talking about earlier with the spider webs. Jab the Wii Remote forward to stab, and just take them out. And of course, even breaking out of the webs are subject to that too. That's okay. I can't do it from down here. So there's a crystal switch in the wall opposite. Which is right over there, and that's what we want to hit. So hit the crystal switch, and that will raise the water level in this room as well as in the hub room. So that means we're pretty much done with this section here. Interestingly, it will not raise the water level in the room opposite of this room. So that's actually kind of nice, because we do need the water level to be at the bottom. The reason we're raising it is because we need this log to be high enough to where we can grab those vines and head up there to that door. So, yeah. Like I said, this is the first dungeon, so it is pretty simple. Alright. Now these guys, when they're like this, slash them to the sides, they flip, and then stab them. Okay, now what you want to do down here is there is a little hole that you can crawl through and shoot that with your slingshot. So yeah, you can raise the water level with that. So yeah, as you probably heard, there's a creature that just died in the water. So yeah, that is what we wanted to do with the water level in the main room. And that's all we can do in that room for now. We would need the water level to be even higher in there. So, let's angle ourselves and head on to here. Now, careful of the wall tullas. Just shoot them down with your slingshot before you head up so they don't knock you down. Head over here, and here you go. Wasn't trying to jump into you. Okay, he's dead. Now, I forgot to explain how these guys worked the last time we fought them. These eyeballs, I don't know what their official name is, but you want them both to be looking out, and they will follow the point of your sword. So you want to circle your sword around, like this, and it'll make them dizzy and take them out. They're kind of interesting, but they only show up in this temple, so... There you go. Here is our other item that we needed. Our small key, which is pretty nice. Okay. Now to save time, I am just going to head down out of this door. And just hop into the water below. Or into the log. That actually kind of saves even more time. Alright. So now we can open this door up to the second sort of hub room of this dungeon. This one has a lot more light and stuff in it, and it has this giant structure right in the center. Pull out your slingshot. You know what to do by now. Just shoot the crystal switch and open up the door down here. What I wanted to do. And we are going to get a mini-boss in this room. So be careful about that. This is a Stalfos. And they look different in every Zelda game they show up in. Now what you want to do with these is make sure they don't hit you, and hit them where their swords are. Don't hit their swords, because that'll bother them. Hit them instead where you can hit their bodies without hitting their sword. I think they're pretty cool in this game, to be honest. Not too difficult. They'll be easier to take out later, but we don't have the item that we need to do that. But yeah, that's it for him. And if you do need to heal yourself in the fight, there are, of course, heart flowers around the room, and some grass, which I believe will also drop hearts. So, anyways, let's open up this chest to get our item for this dungeon. The beetle. The beetle is also a pretty cool item. This will be able to be upgraded later, but not yet. And once again, of course, fully motion controlled, and if your pointer feels out of alignment, you can press down on the remote to change it. So, required a new item. Analysis of this object's insect-like profile and wings indicate it can fly. Wow, really? No. Tilt the remote to remotely pilot this device. This sharp structure on the front of the device can sever threads and deliver a blow to smaller objects. To launch the device, press B to ready it for takeoff, then press A. So, yeah. Point it out here, because we are actually trapped in this room. Turn over this. Okay. I'm actually going to steer around. Now, you don't have infinite flying time with the beetle, so remember that. And also, if you knock into certain things, your beetle will cancel flying and get hit. You also can't pick objects up that are bigger with the beetle. You can pick up small things like hearts and, I believe, rupees, but nothing bigger than that. I'm not going to deal with that skull wall. Alright, now there is a piece of heart that we can get. And the way to get it, so the piece of heart is right down there, and the way we get it is with the beetle. So fly all the way up, and there will be a small little alcove up here that we can take the beetle through and hit the thing. You should barely make it, but make it nonetheless. And this will be our fourth heart piece, so we will get another heart container. So we will have a total of 7 hearts. I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the playthrough, but interestingly, in this game, you start with 6 hearts rather than the Zelda tradition of starting with 3. So, why they did that, I have no idea, but they did. Okay, we do need a small key for that door. If this guy wants to let me hit you, thank you. we actually want to go is over to this side with this locked door. And once again, use the beetle to head into this alcove. Careful of the Dekubabas, try not to hit them. You can also cut them down with the beetle, but I'm not going to try and do that at the moment. You'll see that in a second. Alright, let's head through this door. Believe it or not, there's not actually too much left to do in this dungeon. We do have this room and then the door opposite. And then we pretty much just go through the area to fight the boss. Alright, this is the room where we're going to get the small key in. And let's... Oh, also, with boxes on the ceiling that are attached by webs, here I'll show this off really quick, you can use the beetle to break the thread and drop the boxes down, and they'll typically carry some sort of item. That one contains hearts, and I don't really care about that. But you can also use it on this, which will give us a metal crate. Now, the reason why I'm heading up here to take care of those guys is because there are 3 of those eyeballs, and from the ground level, we will not actually be able to activate all 3 at once. We will have to move. Also, there is a Skulltula. Now, when they're like this, hit them up from down to up, like I did, like that, so that'll flip them over. Oh, I guess killing him opens the door, not killing those 3. Alright. Push this one closer. Not what I wanted. And yeah, once you get this thing pretty much to the center, I believe one more should do it. Yeah. I'm on top, and that's perfect. So come a little closer, and then do the same thing with moving around and around. Also, I should probably mention this with dungeons. I'm not doing every dungeon in one long video, because not every dungeon is this short. This one specifically just takes about the average video length anyways, maybe a bit longer. Alright, we got a small key, which is what we need to open the door opposite of this room. So let's head back. In order to get out of this room, there is a bit of a puzzle here. Pull out your beetle and fly it over here. That's not what I wanted to do. The beetle does fly pretty slow, so apologies for that. But yeah, if you hit this crystal switch once again, this temple has an obsession with hitting the crystal switch to activate something. But yeah, with that we can head up onto these stairs. And this guy will show everything in. Okay. And then head through here. Alright, that's it for that room and area. Now that we have the key. Now there are 5 Dekubabas here. Just cut them down with your beetle like this. You don't need to take care of the other 2 because you should be fine if you hurry along. Or I don't even think they can actually reach you from here. Yeah, use your key to open this door and head through. Slash these, and we have a new enemy here. These are Staldras. I'm not going to listen to Fia's text, I just needed her to remind me what the name was. So these things aren't too hard to take out. Just be careful of them. You need to destroy all 3 heads at once, like that, and then they'll die. You won't see them too often, but I do think they're cool enemies. And that's it. I kind of wish there was a mini-map like there is in Twilight Princess, but there isn't, unfortunately. Alright, now we're in this room. This is the room where the boss door is, as well as the boss key. Cut this spider down before you try and jump across, because he will, of course, knock you down into the abyss. And then use your beetle to hit it. You can also use a slingshot bullet, but I'll use the beetle to save the ammo. And yeah, that'll give you a shortcut into the main hub over here. So. These things are scared of the beetle for some reason. So, I'm gonna use the slingshot. Okay. Knock that guy down. Also, okay, we can't knock that rope down. Really don't care much for the over-reliance on the motion controls here. So yeah, we don't have the boss key, so we can't open the boss door. But, alright, if we head into this area, yeah, it's just another 20 rupee chest. I believe most of the wooden chests just contain red rupees. But I mean, money's pretty great right now because we did spend a lot of it up in Skyloft before we entered the dungeon. Alright, now from here. Now to do this, you're going to want to hold down B to stop the rope from swinging, and then turn yourself like this, so that you can swing across. And we are almost to the boss key. It is in this same room. Great job, May. Great job. Thankfully we didn't land back on that platform, so I just... Oh yeah, you do not take fall damage in this game. Well, you do take fall damage, but not from going into the abyss. At least I think. Okay. I'm going to stop these just to be safe. Alright, right there is the boss key chest. Now, boss keys are going to work a little bit differently in this game, but I will explain that when we actually get around to it. Open this up and we'll get the golden carving. This is the boss key for the Skyview Temple. Alright. So yeah, just type rope along here. And we are just about ready to go face the boss. The boss is actually somewhat difficult for a first Dungeon Zelda boss, but you should be fine. So, now, yeah, boss keys work a little bit different in this game. So, it's not just you stick it in the... You use it like a small key. You have to actually grab it and then rotate it so that it matches up, like this. Those will get more confusing later on, but for now that's it. Look who it is. I thought that tornado I stirred up would have tossed and torn you apart, yet here you are, not in pieces. Not that your life and death has any consequence. It's just the girl that matters now, and I can sense her here, just beyond the store. Yes, we plucked Her Majesty from her perch in the clouds, and now she's ours. Oh, well, listen to me. I'm being positively uncivil. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the Demon Lord which presides over this land you look down upon. This world you call the surface. You may call me Girahim. In truth, I very much prefer to be indulged by my full title, Lord Girahim, but I'm not fussy. Did you really just draw your sword, foolish boy? By all rights, the girl should have fallen into our hands already. She was nearly ours when that loathsome servant of the goddess snatched her away. Do you have any idea how that made me feel inside? Furious, outraged, sick with anger. This turn of events has left me with a strong appetite for bloodshed. Still, it hardly seems fair, being of my position, to take all of my anger out on you, which is why I promise up front not to murder you. No, I'll just beat you within an inch of your life. And here's our first boss fight, the Demon Lord Girahim. Now in this first phase, move your sword out here and then slash in the opposite way. It's kind of difficult to do. But so yeah. Not what I wanted to do. So yeah, she'll try and grab your well, it is a he. He'll try and grab your sword. If you don't. Alright. Don't know how far along he is with his first phase. Alright. This is the beginning of the second phase. He's going to pull out his sword and yeah. This phase is a little bit more difficult. If you ever need to replenish your health, hit the pots. Oh, this. So sometimes he'll occasionally... Oh. There's a lot of attacks I gotta explain right now. So, with this, shield bash at the right time, and you should get plenty of hits. When he does this, slash your sword in the way that he arranged them. He's going to come behind you. Once again, do not hit his sword, because he will slash back at you. And, yeah. Do not know how close to death he is. Should be relatively close, though. I did not mean to hit you from the top. Yep. Still not quite the best at this boss, but... There we go. That's it. Well, you put up more of a fight than I would have thought possible out of such a soft boy. But don't clap for yourself quite yet. That sword of yours is the only reason you still live. I fear I spent far too long teasing and toying with you. The girl's presence has all but faded from this place, which means there's no reason to linger here. Goodbye, Sky Child. Run and play this time. Get in my way again, though, and you're dead. And there you go. Pretty great boss fight, even if it is a bit difficult. And we do get another heart container, so now we have a total of 8 hearts. There's going to be another goddess cube out here, so don't do the main cutscene just yet. This is Skyview Spring. Also, there are a bunch of butterflies around here that we can catch. These are blessed butterflies. These insects are commonly found in every province, in rare cases you can find them flying in strange locations. Alright. Now, the optional thing I wanted to get is there's actually a goddess cube behind all of this. Don't forget it, because then you'll have to backtrack through the entire temple before you can come back here and get it again. There is no warp system to this spring, so. And that's it for optional things here. Literally it. There is a fairy there, but I will leave my bottle empty because I don't really feel like I need it. Alright. Now, if you recognize that symbol, it's the same as the one inside the statue of the goddess, so just Skyward Strike, and it's the same thing. Master, I have a message written in the language of the gods of old. Allow me to translate for you. From the edge of time I guide you, the one chosen to carry out the goddess's mission. The spirit maiden who descended from the clouds must travel to two sacred places to purify her body. You stand in one of these places, Skyview Spring. The other is known as the Earth Spring. The second spring is hidden away deep within the scorched earth of Eldon. The Spirit Maiden, ever mindful of the heavy task entrusted to her, has set out for this second sacred place. And we got the ruby tablet. The weathered surface of this heavy stone feels very old. Master, as I just translated, it would appear that Zelda purified herself in the waters of this spring. I calculate a 97% chance that she has already set out for Eldon, where another great spring exists. However, it is not clear what method of travel Zelda used to move from here to her next destination. I now suggest that you should take the tablet to the altar in Skyloft. Doing so will likely open a new column of light on the surface, allowing you to descend to another area and continue your search for Zelda. Let's return to the sky once more before continuing our search. The bird statue outside can take us back out. Now, I'm going to call it an episode here, because after this is just cutscene after cutscene. So, I'm not going to be playing those right now, since this episode is already going over 30 minutes. So I'll end it off here. So if you guys enjoyed this, feel free to leave a like, and subscribe if you want to, and hit the bell for notifications if you want to see when I upload something new. Let me know if I maybe over-explained everything a bit. I'm worried I kind of did that. I probably didn't, but I don't know. Maybe I over-explained things that were pretty self-explanatory. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye.